Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Ryan Dins for another episode, and this week we're going to talk about the strategy of why you should buy the dip and sell the rip. So let's go. What I'm seeing with a lot of newbie traders is they go on these groups on Facebook, they do their research on these websites, and they take the most hyped up stocks they can possibly find while they're rallying and they buy them. This is a common strategy. I see it all the time. For example, take NIO, N-I-O. It is a Chinese stock. It's a competitor of Tesla. There's a lot of hype with the stock, and a lot of people are saying it could reach 100. Some people are saying it could even reach 200. Right now it's around 40. You know, it goes up 100% in a week, and then people start buying that. It's just not a smart move because you don't know if you're at the end of the rally or you're at the beginning of the rally. You can never tell. Now, granted, if you're averaging every week and that's your strategy and you really truly believe it will be 100, that's one thing. But if you're just a newbie and you go in these groups and you see everybody talking about this new hot stock, oh, I better get on it before it's too late. That's called FOMO, fear of missing out. And you don't want to get sucked into it. You want to do your research and buy the dips. Now, what I do is I wait till a stock that I know is going to be good for the long term. All the fundamentals are good. The numbers are good. You know, increased earnings, things of that nature. You see those and you know the stock's going to be good, and then it goes down 5 or 10% in a week. That's when you buy. Then all of a sudden it starts going up 10 or 20% a week. That's when you sell. You buy the dip and then sell the rip. Right now, what I'm doing with this last rally that has been very good to all of us, I took JP Morgan, I took Energy Transfer, and I took MMP, which is an oil stock, and I took those three. They went up at least 10%. Some of them went up 15-20% in a week. I sold those all. Then I took a look at my portfolio. Okay, what do I believe in that's been down a little bit? Okay, Microsoft and Apple didn't have a good week. So I took that money from the profit. I didn't sell all of it. I sold half of my positions because it could continue to go up more. You don't want to sell everything and then have it go up more and then, you know, you regret selling. If you see it continuing to go up, you should sell off little by little is the good strategy instead of selling it all at once. I sold half of my position in those three. If it were to go up another 15% in the next week or two, which would be crazy, I'd sell another 50% of that. So, and then what you do is when things go down, you start looking at what's going down and then putting money into that. So what I did is I took my stocks that went up 15% in 2 days, sold half of it, took that half, and put it in stocks that went down 5%, which were Microsoft and Apple. I also bought a couple shares of AbbVie when it was dipping. I was buying a lot of AbbVie when it was in the 80s. Now it's in the 90s and I don't touch it anymore. I still believe AbbVie will go to 130, but why? Why buy it now when it's not in a dip? Say AbbVie goes up to 120 and then all of a sudden it goes back to 100. I'll be buying it more because when you see an all-time high in a company that you believe in and keeps going up, once it dips, you can be confident that it's going to go back there. Look at a company like Apple. When is the last time Apple had a 10, 20, 30% dip that it did not recover from? Never. It's never happened. When you see a company like that and you know that it just continually goes up and up and up and they're growing, they're creating new products, leadership's good, everything's good with the company, you can look at your research, realize that it's continued to go up, but at the same time, if it goes up way too fast, sell a little bit. Then when it goes down more, buy a little bit. That's what I do. A lot of people that are dividend investors, they say buy and hold forever. I kind of do that. Don't get me wrong. My strategy is to buy and hold forever. But if you see 20% in a week, it's not sustainable. Every time something goes up 20% in a week, not every time, but half, maybe 75% of the time that something goes up 20% a week, it loses half of that in the next week. So just sell at the top when it's overextended. You could use tools. You could use RSI. RSI is a good way of looking at it. You can use Bollinger Bands, another good way. These are two kinds of technical analysis that you can do to make better informed decisions on whether it is overextended. You're gonna have to study a lot about that. I don't have that many videos on technical analysis. Other people can help you with that know more about that kind of thing than I do. I do use technical analysis. I don't just look at fundamentals. I look at price action, I look at trend lines. These are things you gotta look at. You gotta look at support, you gotta look at resistance, and it's really that simple. A lot of people make it more difficult than it is. They use 10 different kinds of technical analysis. You just gotta use common sense. See where the support lines are, see if it's overextended, see if it's oversold, and look at these numbers and really adjust your buyings according to that. Back in my old days, I used to jump on these momentum bandwagons and they never work out. Oh, this new hot stock went up 50% in a month. Yeah, sure enough, I jump in then, and all of a sudden it goes down 20% in like 2 days. Maybe there are great traders out there that can time this. Great day traders, guys that make $1 million a year doing these day trades. That's not me. I buy my dividend stocks that I know are going to be great long-term investments, and I wait till they take dips and I buy more. And when they're overextended, I take a little bit off the top, put it in things that are oversold. It's as simple as that. Don't be greedy, do your research, and let's make that money. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. There's going to be more videos where this came from. Woo!